How to make a button fly like this with your Singer home sewing machine. So for the setup, I'm using a Tex 80 cotton wrapped polyester thread. For the needle, I'm using a size 16 Singer. I have my button here. I have a tailor's chalk. This is just a real, this is a 100% polyester waxed cord. I have this hole puncher. First, I'm gonna put my markings on for the buttonhole. It's gonna make a horizontal line. For this button, I'm gonna mark out 1/2 inch away from the edge. Size of this buttonhole is going to be 7/8 inch. Then we can move on to the sewing machine. So basically what we're trying to do here is achieve a keyhole style buttonhole. So I'm trying to go around the clock and hit each of these points on my machine using this guide that I made for myself. Where I'm on zigzag, the length is a little bit less than 1. My width is at 4-ish. You can play around with these settings, but just what I have for my setup. I'm going to take some of my cord here. This cord is a little bit thin, so I'm going to double up on it. I'm going to lay down my cord parallel to that center of the buttonhole line. So I drop my needle at the end of the mark that I made over here, and the idea is to zigzag and cover this cord until we get to the hole that we made. We're at the very end of our hole, and now I'm going to start to turn and start making the keyhole. So I'm going to lift my presser foot. I'm turning this line right here to be with my first angle, which is this red one that I marked out. And I'm making sure that I'm pulling the cord towards me. I'm going to hand wheel 1 stitch. We just did the red line. Now we're going to move on to the next one. Turn it, same thing. This edge right here is parallel to this edge right here. And 1 hand wheel. Now we come up on our last stitch. I'm going to try and follow my first line of the stitching. So now I'm going to just do a few stitches, maybe like 4 along this end to secure it all in place. Here you could do something similar on the end of this using the zigzag, but I find it sometimes gets a little bit bulky around here. Play around with it. You know, you don't need a industrial to finish it off. I'm going to open it up with my seam ripper. So that's about it. But the idea is that it takes less time to do something like this than having to hand sew a keyhole style buttonhole. Feel free to play around with it, and if you have any questions, let me know.